Hello, good morning. Welcome to my channel. My name is Sandra. Thank you so much for joining me today. I can't believe that we are already on prep day number 4. Yeah, this is prep video number 4 for Cultivate What Matters 2025 Power Sheets. And we're going to dive into goals today. I'm a little nervous because I was thinking about this the other day and I'm like, I don't even know what my main goals are going to be. So we're basically on the main goal page. This is it, you guys. The next section here was, I think, goals like 6 to 8, and then like the rest of it. So I'm going to write out my 2025% or my 2025 goals. And honestly, I have a lot more. Like, I'm glad that we have the refresh throughout the year because at times, or there might be times when I'm going to change them. And I think what I'm going to do is focus on the main like concepts. So like I think I talked about this last time was, let me find it, for example, it's back here. So I'm going to have one like family related. I'm going to have one like finance related, but then I'm going to have like separate smaller goals in the brainstorming pages. So with that being said, I'm actually going to move this little tab right over here so I can kind of refer to that. And then we're going to go ahead and write out the goals. We'll talk about this together. So community, I think I'd said that the community one wasn't as important to me because it was more about friendships, and I don't really need to cultivate that right now. I go to karaoke anyway. It's not something I have to try to make a goal to do. I always sing and I go to karaoke and see my friends there. I'm still going to have a goal to like cultivate my friendships, but it's not going to be like a major goal. So like last year, I think I like didn't write a family goal. This year, I'm focusing more on my family. So we're going to do things more with the kids. We're going to have more dates together, stuff like that. So I think that one is going to be first, and I'm just going to put family focus time. And then on the next page, when we actually get into the breakdown of the goals, we'll talk more about that then. Okay. So family focus time. The next one is going to be finances. So financial health. And savings. So I do have like goals in mind for some of these things that are multiple goals within like these main yearly goals. Okay. And then we'll break them down a little bit. The next one is going to be health and wellness. And this is a big one. And I'm not sure if I have room here because I do have like a couple of different ones I want to break up, I think. I'm just going to look at my little note. I made a little note for myself. Okay, so health and savings. So health and wellness, I don't know if I want to add that one to self-care or have self-care be its own. But for now, I'll put health and wellness. And then also home and spaces. So I'm not going to put spaces. I'm just going to put home. I don't want to put home focus because I already have that for family. This one is like home, like take care of home. You know what? I'll put home is where the heart is. No, that doesn't go either. Home, and it's going to be like a lot of things. It's going to be organizing, minimizing, cleaning, renovations, turning areas of my home into a cozy book nook. Like that sounds so good. A book nook. Home care. No. Home care. You know what? One year I did home and hearth. I'm just going to do that again because it sounds better than everything else I came up with. And then we're going to do, I've got, okay, so I've got family, I've got that. I want one that actually says like use up project, like use up products. That's going to be its own. It's going to be completely different. So like use up products. That's going to be like a focus, okay? It's going to be its own goal, and it doesn't really have anything to do with anything. It's kind of like a personal / home goal, I guess, maybe. And then I also wanted one where I had solitude / meditation / wellness. Maybe I'll put that into my wellness and self-care, because I've got 3 spots for 3 left, and I want one for work, one for growth, like learning and personal growth, and then spiritual. It's also not really a focus this time. So I think work challenge, I want to challenge myself this year. I want to try maybe doing a live video. Oops. I also want to build myself up to, if I can push myself to 5,000 subscribers. I won't put that on here. And then I've got learning, personal growth and learning. Professional growth and learning. And then the last one, I will put self-care. Self-care and solitude. I don't want it to just be about self-care, meditation and solitude. So this one is completely personal. Okay, so I think what's going to fall into this one will be things like my solitude, getting my nails done, having a nice warm bath with Epsom salts, sitting in silence, meditating, watching the birds, and I'm also going to add reading into that one as well. That's my personal goal. Okay, so I think I'm happy with those. I'm going to throw out my notes here that I had for all my goals. That is done. So now what we're going to do is go through, I think, 5 of them. So I'm going to go ahead and write out all of this stuff, and then we'll kind of come back and talk about it. Okay, and we're also going to label them with colors, because I want to be able to put colors on the page. So sometimes what I do here is I like to put down colors. Let's see. I'm going to mix and match. I'm not sure, like for financial, I think I'll do the dark green. Finance just screams green to me. Okay, but then I want the colors to kind of shift and like move along with that. So that's why it's messed up. I like them to be in like a rainbow order, if that makes sense. Probably doesn't. We don't have a purple on here, so this one's going to be pink, the personal one. I'm not a fan of pink per se, but it's better than any other color for personal. And then growth, professional growth, we'll do this pink. We'll do orange for work. Products, we'll do yellow. And this is where we're going to run into trouble here. Okay, home is going to be light blue. Where do I want that to be? Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Health and wellness will be teal, and then family will be dark blue. So it's not exactly in rainbow order, but that's okay. All right, so I've got the colors down, and now we're going to move on to the individual pages here. Let's get started.
Now that I'm looking back, I can see all the signs I tried to fill in the cracks that were spread in my mind, but I was all out of hope, lost in an endless maze. The emptiness had unfolded just like a void, but
Okay, guys, I have to stop there. I honestly don't know what to write here. Part of me feels like, and like, um, this is just kind of in my head, and I used to really like this when this first came out. Was it last year? How you can like break it down into the seasons. I used to really like this page, but now I'm finding it difficult to write down my main points or my main ideas. I think what I would prefer, and I can always let Cultivate What Matters know this, my opinion anyway. I would prefer to have this like a blank page where you can just write down your brainstorming ideas, because after all of the goals are done, you have this area back here to write out all of the things per season. So I kind of feel like this is a little bit of like, or maybe I wish there had been like a blank page in here that you could do your brainstorming ideas, because here it's like you brainstorm seasonally, but there's a lot of things like, for example, here, this isn't seasonal. All of this stuff I could do every year, you know? So I don't know. Part of me is like, I don't really need that page because you have it here. But at the same time, it is nice to say, okay, what's in season one for all of these goals? You look at season one, and then you can break it down into the monthly. So I do understand that part of it. So we're going to go back to the first goal, and then we're going to talk about this a little bit. So the very first goal is family focus time. So I just want to spend time with my family. I want to do fun things together, mostly just to create memories, and something I didn't write on here, but to, you know, I think when your kids have that time with you and that they know you love them and that you enjoy spending time with them as well, it helps them to become better people, they are people, better adults, better functioning adults. So like, when you come across people that have been neglected in their childhood, they have a lot of problems. So I don't want my children to feel that way. So that's my why. And then over here, I just wrote down tons of ideas. So again, it was hard for me to pick seasonal stuff, but I do want to do like a West Ed trip. I want to do outside time. So that might look like swimming, walks, picnics, might be camping. K days is another thing. So this year we will not be going to a family reunion because I don't have one, but maybe we'll do camping. It depends. Um, and then also other ideas I want to do. Just going to our local mall and going to get some food at the food court, or get a booster juice, or walk around. Maybe we get the kids a little treat, like a little toy or something, just and then kind of create that memory. Maybe go to the bookstore and just kind of walk around and get exercise that way. Um, and then have like a board game or like a video game night. I think that'd be fun. Movie nights, card night, go to the theater. My daughter is still too young. She's 4, and I think she would try to run away. She won't want to watch a movie. I have trouble. Like, she won't watch a movie at home, so I can guarantee she won't do it at the theater. And then, yeah, just like ideas to spend with my family. Okay. The next one is financial health and savings. So the big one here, which I didn't really write down, was just to continue paying down our consumer proposal. That's probably the biggest one. I guess I can track. So all of this takes place in my Budget Mom book. I did buy a new one for 2025. It is like the newer version and it's smaller. For 2024, I was using the individual books, these ones right here, which I loved because I could put them in my planner. And now I will not be able to do that. So I'll have to track any spending that, like if I'm out and about, I'll have to track it in my planner itself. So that's the only thing that I'm kind of bummed about. But my budget book will stay at home now. I guess my planner won't be so heavy. So I'm going to discuss yearly goals with my husband. We want to have a sinking fund plan to be able to have enough money after each paycheck to like put a little bit of money away for Christmas, vehicle maintenance, stuff like that. It's really hard though, because the consumer proposal takes up a lot of our paycheck every week. So I'm going to set up the budget book here shortly in the next little bit, because I've got some changes I want to do in my planner for December. And then just budget well throughout the year, right? And then part of the other goal where I'm using up my products, I'm hoping that lets us, instead of like worrying about buying new stuff all the time, just use up what we have. so that we're not purchasing new stuff and wasting money. Okay, and then holiday budget for this season here. Okay, and then next goal, this is goal number 3, health and wellness. So I want to live a long and healthy life and also be a good example for my kids. So I want to have like an exercise schedule. I want to start exercising. I want to drink my water. So this is like kind of tracking in habits. So I want my water, I want my exercise. Not even like, not the goal to lose weight, although if I lose weight, that would be good. But I want to have healthy snacks. I want to start making a list of healthier foods and healthier snacks to have. I want to start eating more chicken. My family won't eat chicken, like my kids will, but my husband doesn't like chicken and he doesn't like fish. So that pretty much leaves pork and beef, and it's hard to rotate meals around pork and beef all the time. So there's sometimes I'll make vegetarian foods, which doesn't have that in there. And if we had the money, I would love to be able to get like those meal kits again, but they're unaffordable at this time. But if we had the money, then things would be different, and I'd probably be using those all the time. I think they're really fun. And they're also fun to try different meals. So if you guys have the money, you guys should check that out if you haven't already. I can't remember which one I've already tried, but you get so many like meals free or cheaper at the beginning, but then it does start to get expensive. And we have 5 people to feed, so it's not cheap. But the meal kits, they are really fun because you get them delivered to your door, and then you can just put the products in your fridge or freezer and then cook them every night. And it's just so much fun because you're experimenting, you're reading like a new recipe. It's really fun. And you can even bring your kids or your husband into it, or vice versa if your husband is the one that cooks, and you guys can like all do it together. It's so much fun. But I want to start getting healthier snacks. I want to start eating like, 5 micro meals throughout the day instead of like 1 meal or 2 meals a day, but definitely more water. Apparently, water cures all, you guys. If you drink enough water throughout the day, it takes away your pains. You no longer have arthritis. You no longer have like headaches. And it clears your skin. It's a miracle drug. Water is your miracle drug. There you go. Nobody drinks enough water. Apparently, according to science, everybody is dehydrated all the time. I am dehydrated right now. Unless you're drinking 3 or 4 bottles of water, like liters of water a day, you're not healthy, apparently. This is why people are like, why are you focusing so much on water all the time? It's because it's really good for you. And I know I don't drink enough because by the time you feel thirsty, it's already too late. You're supposed to drink water before you feel thirsty. And because your body's dehydrated, so they say that dehydration, like when you feel thirsty, it is not a good measure of how much water you actually need, because by then it's too late. You're already way over dehydrated. So anyway, I'm not going to talk about that anymore. I could go on about it for a long time and I'm going to stop. But anyway, so just, get into the mindset. Also, like scheduling doctor appointments promptly, scheduling checkups, and I'm talking like dentist, optometrist. And for me, because I do have the 3 kids, I need to do this for my kids as well. And I also end up reminding my husband because he tends to forget. So I'm kind of keep track of all 5 of us for all of our appointments, all of our health issues. Like my husband has hearing issues, he's got sleep apnea. So he has got a little bit more than we do. But I also have asthma, so I always have to keep track of that. And then when you take medications, there's always side effects to medications as well. So you've also got to keep track of that, which is crazy. Okay, moving on. We've got 2 more and then we're all done today. Home and hearth. So this one is taking care of my home. So another one is home renovations. This is going to be finish laying the floors in our home. So it might be also painting the fence, saving up for new appliances, and this might even be like hanging clothes out to dry in summer. I don't have a clothesline, but I've got some drying racks, and it really does save on your energy. Okay, so basically, there are things I do. So January, I will empty my filing cabinet. So that's something I have to do to keep myself organized throughout the year. I want to make a list of areas to clean and tidy around the home. So I'm just going to like rewrite the list I had from last year because if you notice, things continually get dirty and get dusty. If you've got kids or husband like I do, even if you clean something, like the other day, I cleaned the pantry, I cleaned the Tupperware cupboard. In another month, I'm going to look in there and it's going to be a disaster again. So you have to maintain it. You have to either maintain it every day and make sure things go back in the rightful place, and then do like a deep clean once a month, and then, go in, dust the shelves, get rid of expired food, that kind of thing. So that's stuff I do as well. I'm also going to put holiday baking, refresh ingredients, and then also stock up on canned goods. Because in May I plant a garden, so we have like more fresh vegetables and fruits and stuff like that. But in winter we tend to rely more on frozen foods and canned goods and stuff like that. So the thing I'm most excited about when it comes to the house is like minimizing and simplifying. So I'm going to simplify the spaces. I want to, even if it's like the stuff I want to keep, if I put it into a Rubbermaid container in the basement, at least it's organized, it's out of my way, and it's out of my head, and the clutter is gone. So that might be something I'll work on as well. Okay, the last one for today is using up products. This one really has no like ideas written down here, no seasonal things, because it's basically me using up my products. Like, for example, I think I'm going to quit Jane's Agenda. I don't want to. I've got FOMO, fear of missing out. And I'm like, oh no, what if I miss out on something good? But it's like more of a money concern than anything. So um, I've got Cocoa Daisy products, and my goal is to not save them, because the more I save, the more room it takes up, and I don't want to do that. I want to start using up the subscription kits that I have, especially from like Planners Anonymous, Cocoa Daisy, stuff like that. So I'm going to start using up my washi tape, and I've actually been doing really, really good. I don't think I've actually used up all of one roll yet, but like this one is coming close. Like, I don't know. I'm trying. And I've been using the same ones from year to year, so I have definitely been, definitely been able to use up stuff as I go. Okay, same thing with makeup. I'm not sure if I'll do like if I hit pan videos, like how people do those on YouTube. I don't know if I'll do that per se, but I'm definitely going to use up my products so I can keep things neat and tidy. And it feels good when you finish something, if you like use up all of something, so that it didn't go to waste, but that it's all gone and now you can move on to something new and refreshing. So that's always a really good feeling. So that is it for today's video. Next time we're going to talk about the next 3 goals. We've got 1, 2, 3. And then we have the pacing yourself for the seasons. I might write the bigger things on here, like, for example, January, I'd be doing my filing cabinet. March, I'll be doing our taxes. October, it would be like the raking of the leaves. Maybe even in spring, I would do that. So I'm going to write down some ideas, but I'm not going to write down every single thing, because, like I said, a lot of those ideas aren't seasonal. They're just like ideas that I wanted to write down. And then my word, you know what? I'm going to write it in now. I already know what my word of the year is. It's simplify. It's simplify. I'm going to write it on my little card and stick it in my planner. And I already know what it is, because I want to minimize my routines. I want to make more time for my family. So I think the family goal is very important for me this year. I want to make more time and spend that time with my kids. And the money goal kind of plays into that, because we need that money. If we say we wanted to go to West Edmonton Mall, we need money. Like West Ed is expensive, man. Whew, crazy expensive. So I hope you guys enjoyed this section of the video. We're all done for today. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new, I would love if you would consider subscribing. Click on the bell button to be notified of future videos that I post for Cultivate What Matters. And if you guys, again, have any questions or concerns or anything, even comments or about how you're doing in your own power sheets, please feel free to comment down below and I will respond as soon as I can. And I wish you guys luck. You know, you don't need it. You're good just the way you are. And your goals are um, just as important as anybody else's. So it doesn't matter if you don't have like crazy things going on in your life. Like I don't. I honestly don't. And it's just kind of living in your moment and cultivating your season, your time of life. And I wish you guys luck and health and wellness because that's like the most important thing right now. So take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, friends.